highest paid player on a NFL football team is the quarterback. But what position is the second most paid? You honestly may be surprised. It's not the running back. It's not the wide receivers. It's not the kicker. It's not the punter. It's usually the left tackle. And now, what is a left tackle? Well, a left tackle protects the quarterback's blind side. Hello, everyone. My name is Andrea Jorgensen, and I am going to do a film analysis on the blind side. So there are several interpersonal communication concepts demonstrated in this film, such as culture, the quest and need for a meaningful relationship, and social judgment. So a left tackle is actually so important that they created a movie based on a true story from it. The Blind Side is a movie starring award-winning actress Sandra Bullock and singer-country-songwriter Tim McGraw. Michael Orr, a homeless African-American teenager, was taken in by an all-white family who has transformed his life along with transforming theirs. Michael's athleticism and size creates an amazing opportunity for him, but can he handle it all? So for my first main point, culture is the main topic. The culture theory consists of two main theories, cultural evolution and cultural relativism. Cultural evolution is like Darwin's theory of evolution, so some cultures are stronger than others, which makes them last longer. Cultural relativism is that all cultures are different, but no culture is stronger than others, so that means that all cultures will last the same and they will not get played out. So in the movie The Blind Side, culture is shown in many ways. Michael was in culture shock throughout most of the movie because he was living with an all-white family, which is something he's not used to. There's definitely a difference in culture for Michael, but he eventually adapted to it. So one specific example was when Michael and his friend at the beginning of the movie found an outdoor basketball hoop and they found a rack of balls that were not locked. His friend specifically said, "Man, white people are crazy." He said this because of the difference in culture and social norms. Michael and his friend were mostly at a white school. They were not used to this. This different culture. So Michael actually started attending this school later on, which he felt very, very uncomfortable at right away. He even wrote a note to himself, talking about how he sees white walls, how he sees white people everywhere he looks. It's white, which his teacher later found. Which basically just proved that Michael was experiencing culture shock. So my second main point is the quest and the need for an interpersonal relationship. It consists mainly of communication. Communication is important in any relationship. And it's basically creating a mutual relationship between two or more people. So Michael's closest relationship throughout the film was with his adopted mother, Leah, played by Sandra Bullock. They had a unique relationship, which Michael needed in order to stay as successful as he was. There's many examples of their hard-nosed relationship, such as his adopted mom pushing him to get good grades, offering him tutors when he needed, and also just motivating him to keep with football because he was very successful at it. So another example was when Michael brought his adopted mom to his old house and where he grew up at. She felt very uncomfortable in this environment, but it just goes to show how comfortable Michael was with her because he did take her with. And he also picked to go to college at Ole Miss, which is where his adopted mom and dad went to college at. So that definitely defines their relationship. And for my third main point is social judgment. Social judgment is a self-persuasion theory. Every new idea someone has, they compare it to from their point of view and determine what type of attitude to use towards the scenario. So social judgment was obvious throughout the film because during one of Michael's games, the refs were not calling the game fair because of Michael's skin color, and Michael's coach was chirping and yelling at the refs, and Michael was so motivated by the other team talking trash that he actually blocked one of their players all the way to the buses. So this was kind of a hysterical part of the film. But it definitely goes to show that the amount of racism and hard times that Michael had to go throughout his life and all of the judgment he had to endure. So in conclusion, The Blind Side was a well-rounded movie and had many, many characteristics of a good movie, such as social judgment, the quest and the need for a meaningful interpersonal relationship, and culture. So after watching the movie, I now know why the left tackle usually makes the second highest salary on an NFL football team.